Just warming up, yeah?
Yeah, do a few.
Yeah, limbering up.
Do a few pull-ups.
Yep.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the internet's best reactions. And you're probably wondering, Matt, you're not in the office. I'm not. I'm at Silverstone right now. The world's fastest game is happening right behind me. But we're here today to talk about the Italian Grand Prix. So let's get straight into it. So now that I've landed, Luke Smith already pointed out an issue before the race had even begun, and that was qualifying and the amount of penalties the drivers had going into the race. I think it was 8 drivers in total had penalties. And the one that I think stands out the most for me, which is the one he tweeted about, was 15 words to sum up how silly the grid penalty system is. Carlos Sainz Jr. qualified P15. Penalty, 10 places for new power unit elements, starts P15. Also, before the race started, Pablo Elizalde, your contract's in the post, mate, at LEGP, said the car carrying Alonso for the driver's parade has broken down. Not even kidding. I think literally anything that Alonso sits in dies. So Ricciardo was one of the guys that had a penalty to start the race. So I think he started P16. And he came through the field like an absolute man on a mission. And at one point during the race, he was closing down on Felipe Massa, and Ricciardo's engineer, thank you to Chris Medland F1 for tweeting this, Ricciardo's engineer, Massa's ahead of you, he's alone now. So Ricciardo replies, I like him vulnerable. I was like, that's borderline. Like, I couldn't even believe they even showed that on like the actual television screens. So that was borderline from Ricciardo, but because it's Daniel, if any other driver had said that, they'd be like, should we write a report on that? I mean, Scott Into the Barrier, a well-known Formula 1 YouTuber, says Daniel Ricciardo has been playing too much Formula 1 game multiplayer with dive bombs like that. And he is referencing the Raikkonen move. Oh my days. I mean, Ricciardo did so many awesome overtakes, but Kimi Raikkonen had his pants pulled down into turn 1. I cannot believe how far back he came, and Raikkonen he obviously saw him in his mirrors because he gave him space, but how did Ricciardo stop the car, or why is Kimi braking so early? I don't know. Fernando Alonso did not disappoint at all during the Italian Grand Prix. Most of the action and entertainment came from the radio messages, and so Jolyon Palmer and Fernando Alonso, just to give you a bit of context, were battling. Palmer went straight across the second chicane. Alonso then complained, like, you know, Palmer has to give me the position because they were side by side. He had the position. Palmer then cut the corner, and then later on in the race, Alonso, who was still absolutely fuming at the fact Jolyon Palmer had got through, was like, "Where's Jolyon Palmer now?" And then he came back saying Jolyon has retired. Alonso said, "Karma," and then we actually have a picture from Racing Humour where it says Palmer, just a normal picture of Palmer, and then Karma. Jolyon Karma, you could call it. So lo and behold, Fernando Alonso did not finish the race, neither did Stoffel Van Dorn, and I think that might well be the end of the Honda contract. Well, I don't want to say it too loud, because I mean, I'm literally with McLaren right now. Whoopsie. But yeah, Matt's89 came in with a nice little Photoshop, if you want to call it, you know, the standard Drake meme. And then Alonso put his face over, the checkered flag, no, and then Alonso happy when he's being wheeled back into his box. Guido van der Garde, I don't know how many times he's featured in a row, but haters will say it's Photoshop. I'm not sure how many times he's used that tagline either. He loves the Photoshop. Honda, no power. Continuing the Honda bashing, Tyrrell Limitless comes in with Honda's new logo. It's a good logo, to be fair. IGP manager, Justin, good job, mate. Mercedes dominating, Palmer retiring, Alonso complaining. I expect nothing and I'm still let down. It's pretty much a standard, isn't it, really? Something that made me laugh during the race. Tyrrell Martin, he came in with just waiting for the inevitable when Ricciardo bombs Raikkonen into turn 1. And that was about 4 minutes before it actually happened. So that guy, what a guru. Because, I mean, we know Ricciardo, he loves the dive bomb. And literally the next lap, bang. And I was like, retweet, good job, mate. Nice one.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
The F1 race results are as follows. And I like the thing you did last time, Alistair, where all the pictures popped up. So we're going to do that again. Hamilton first, Bottas second, Vettel third, Ricciardo fourth, Raikkonen fifth, Ocon sixth, Stroll seventh, First, Hamilton second, Bottas third, Vettel fourth, Ricciardo fifth, Raikkonen sixth, Ocon seventh, Stroll eighth, Massa ninth, Perez 10th, Verstappen 11th, Magnussen 12th, Kvyat 13th, Hülkenberg 14th, Sainz 15th, Grosjean 16th, Wehrlein. So they were the finishers, the actual finishers, and then you had Alonso, Ericsson, Van Dorn and Palmer all not finishing. So quick rundown. So Hamilton didn't even see him most of the race. Bottas was good pace, but I don't think either of them were really pushing, although Bottas was probably pushing him a little bit more to stay with Hamilton. Vettel had a little bit of issues towards the end of the race, but finished third after coming through the pack. Ricciardo, what a drive from 16th and 4th. Raikkonen just struggled with the rear tyres, he was saying. He missed the chicane once or twice, I think, at turn 1. Ocon, he was at P2 after mugging Stroll in turn 1, lap 1, but finished 6th, which was probably about as good as he could have hoped for. Could have maybe held Raikkonen behind, but alas, the Ferrari was a little bit too quick for him. Stroll, great drive for him, especially at the end where he had his elbows out and kept Massa behind in 8th. And then you have Perez in 9th. He just had a pretty lackluster race, got smashed by Ocon, karma. 10th Verstappen, which again, he was doing pretty well. Then he had that incident with Massa, had bad luck again where he kind of rubbed the side pod of Massa and then got a front right puncture. Can the guy get any luck, please? Can someone just go slap him with a clover? 3-leaf clover, isn't it?
4-leaf.
Is it 4 that's lucky?
4's lucky.
3 is just standard, isn't it?
Yes.
4 is lucky. Slap him with a 4-leaf clover. There you go. Or maybe not slap him, just gently caress him. So before we go, we need to say the winner of the F1 2017 game is right here. So congratulations to whoever just got edited over my hands. We've still got 2 more games to give away, however. So if you want to get involved and win one of those copies, then all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, because if you haven't, you're not going to win, and then comment below, will McLaren change their engine supplier before the end of the season? Will they do it next race? And who will they choose? Post that in the comment section below, and if you do all that, you could win F1 2017. How exciting is that? Do it! If you want to watch another video, click here. If you want to subscribe, click just here. If you want to go to our WTF1 shop, click just here. I'm Matt with WTF1. We're at Silverstone, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye! Smashed it.